Hey folks, tonight you're going to take a walk through a garden. Not just any garden, but your garden. The one that lives in memory, in dreams, in the quiet corners of your heart. At first, it will feel familiar, the scent of lavender drifting. On a gentle breeze, the soft rustle of leaves underfoot, and the hush of twilight settling over everything. But soon, something hidden will reveal itself. Behind a hedge you've never noticed before, you'll find a wooden door. It's old, mysterious, and somehow waiting just for you. When you step through it, you'll leave behind the weight of the day and enter a world made entirely for healing, reflection, and rest. You'll walk through a forest that breathes with silence. Sit beside a lake that remembers the gentlest parts of your past, and wander through golden fields where even your worries dissolve into the wind. At the end of your journey, you'll discover a small stone cottage glowing with firelight, where peace waits by the hearth and rest embraces you like an old friend. By the time you return, you'll feel lighter, calmer, and whole. Because the secret door was never really outside of you, it was always within. So take a deep breath, close your eyes, and let me guide you through the secret door in your garden that leads to peace. Take a deep breath in through your nose. Hold it for just a moment. Now let it out slowly through your mouth. Good. Do that. One more time. And as you breathe out, let your shoulders drop down and relax. You are standing in your garden. But this isn't just any garden. This is your garden. The one that lives in the quiet corners of your heart. The one you remember from the best days, when everything felt safe and right with the world. Look around you. The evening light is soft and golden, like honey poured over everything. The sun is setting somewhere behind the trees, painting the sky in gentle colors of pink and orange. There's no hurry here. Time moves slowly, like a lazy river on a summer day. Under your feet, the grass is cool and soft. It feels good against your bare toes. You can smell the earth, rich and dark, mixed with the sweet scent of flowers that bloom all around you. Somewhere nearby, wind chimes sing their quiet song as a gentle breeze touches them. The sound is like water trickling over smooth stones. Birds are settling in for the night. You can hear their soft calls to each other from tree to tree. A robin lands on a branch near you and tilts its head, watching you with bright, friendly eyes. It's not afraid. Nothing here is afraid. This is a place of peace. You start to walk slowly through your garden. With each step, you notice things you had almost forgotten. There, beside the old oak tree, is the wooden bench where you used to sit and watch the clouds. The wood is weathered and smooth, worn soft by years of sun and rain. You run your hand along its surface and smile. A little further on, you see the bird bath carved from gray stone. Water sits still and clear in its shallow bowl, reflecting the first stars that are beginning to appear in the darkening sky. A butterfly with orange and black wings lands on the edge and drinks, its wings moving slowly like it's breathing. The lavender bushes are in full bloom. Their purple flowers sway gently in the breeze, and their scent drifts toward you, clean and calming. You brush your hand across the tops of the flowers, and the smell grows stronger. It reminds you of quiet afternoons and peaceful dreams. As you walk deeper into the garden, you notice how the light seems to glow from within the flowers themselves. The white roses shine like tiny moons. The yellow daisies look like small suns that never set. Even the green leaves seem to hold light inside them, soft and warm. You come to your favorite tree, the old apple tree with branches that spread wide and low. Its trunk is thick and strong, and its bark feels rough and real under your palm. You remember climbing this tree when you were small, sitting in its branches and feeling like you could see the whole world from up there. But tonight, you don't need to climb. Tonight, the tree seems to lean down toward you, its branches creating a quiet space just for you. The leaves whisper secrets that only you can understand. They tell you that you are safe. They tell you that you belong here. They tell you that this place will always be waiting for you, no matter how far you travel or how long you're gone. You sit down beneath the apple tree and lean back against its trunk. The bark is warm against your back, as if the tree has been saving sunlight all day just for this moment. You close your eyes and listen to the sounds of your garden settling into night. A cricket starts to chirp somewhere in the grass. Soon, another joins in, and then another, until their song becomes a gentle rhythm that matches your heartbeat. An owl calls from somewhere far away, its voice deep and comforting. The wind chimes sing their silver song as the breeze grows a little stronger, cool against your skin. You open your eyes and look up through the apple tree's branches. The sky is deeper now, a rich blue-purple color like the inside of a seashell. Stars are appearing one by one, each one a tiny light in the growing darkness. You watch them twinkle and realize that each star is like a good memory, shining bright and beautiful in the night of your mind. As you sit there, feeling peaceful and calm, you notice something strange. Well, not strange exactly, more like surprising. There's a sound you don't remember hearing before in your garden. It's very soft, almost like humming, but not quite. It's coming from somewhere deeper in the garden, past the rose bushes and beyond the small pond where the goldfish live. You stand up slowly, brushing a few leaves from your clothes. The humming sound continues, gentle and welcoming. It doesn't make you worried or scared. Instead, it makes you curious, the way you might feel when you smell cookies baking and want to see where they're coming from. You begin to walk toward the sound, your feet silent on the soft grass. As you move away from the apple tree, you pass the small pond. The goldfish are swimming slowly in circles, their orange and white bodies catching the starlight on the water's surface. One of them comes to the top and makes a small splash as if saying hello. The humming grows a little stronger as you walk. It seems to be coming from the very back of your garden, from a place you don't remember exploring before. How strange, you think. You know every corner of this garden, every flower and tree and stone. But as you walk, you realize there are shadows ahead that you've never noticed. You pass the rose bushes, their red and pink and white blooms glowing softly in the starlight. Their smell is sweet and rich, like the most beautiful perfume in the world. A few petals have fallen to the ground, creating a soft carpet under your feet. Beyond the roses, there are tall sunflowers that nod their heavy heads as you pass. Even in the growing darkness, their faces seem to follow you with gentle smiles. Their seeds rattle quietly in the breeze, like tiny maracas keeping time with the cricket song. And then you see it, something that makes you stop and stare in wonder. Ahead of you, where you're sure there was only empty space before, there's a tall hedge. It's made of dark green leaves that seem to shimmer in the starlight, and it stretches across your path like a living wall. The hedge is taller than you, maybe as tall as two people standing on each other's shoulders. But what catches your attention isn't its size, it's what you can see through a gap in its center. The humming sound is definitely coming from beyond the hedge. You walk closer, your heart beating a little faster with excitement rather than fear. This feels like the best kind of surprise, like finding a present you didn't know was waiting for you. As you get closer to the hedge, you can see that the gap isn't really a gap at all. It's an archway, formed by the natural growth of the branches. And growing over and around the archway are vines with tiny white flowers that glow like stars. The flowers pulse gently with light, as if they're breathing. You step through the archway, and your breath catches in your throat. There, in front of you, is a path you've never seen before. It's made of smooth stones that fit together perfectly, like a puzzle that nature has solved. The stones are warm under your feet, as if they've been sitting in sunshine all day. On both sides of the path, soft moss grows like a green carpet, and tiny mushrooms with pale caps peek out here and there. The path curves gently to the right and disappears behind another group of tall plants. These plants have leaves as big as dinner plates, and they rustle softly as you pass, as if they're whispering your name. But what makes you stop and stare in amazement is what you see at the end of the path, just barely visible through the large leaves. A door. Not just any door, but the most beautiful door you've ever seen. It stands all by itself, with no house or building around it. Just the door, set into what looks like a frame made of living wood. The wood has grown into graceful curves and swirls, and tiny green buds are sprouting from it, as if it's still alive and growing. You walk slowly down the stone path, your footsteps making no sound at all. The moss on either side of the path seems to glow very faintly, just enough to light your way. As you get closer to the door, you can see it more clearly, and it takes your breath away. The door is made of wood so old it looks like it has been here since the beginning of time. But it's not falling apart or rotted. Instead, it looks strong and solid, like it could stand here forever. The wood has a deep, rich color, like chocolate mixed with gold. And carved into its surface are patterns that seem to move when you look at them, swirling lines that might be wind or water, or the paths that birds make when they fly. Around the edges of the door, the living wood frame is covered with small flowers. Some are white like the ones on the archway, but others are soft, blue and gentle yellow, and the palest pink you've ever seen. They smell like spring rain and warm sunshine and fresh bread all mixed together. But the most amazing thing about the door is the light. The whole door seems to glow very softly from within, as if someone has lit a warm fire on the other side, and the light is seeping through the wood. The glow isn't bright or harsh. It's gentle and welcoming, like candlelight in a cozy room. You reach the end of the path and stand in front of the door. Up close, you can see that it has a handle made of what looks like silver, but warmer and softer than any silver you've seen before. The handle is shaped like a leaf, and it seems to shimmer with its own light. As you stand there looking at the beautiful door, you realize that the humming sound is coming from it. The door itself is humming, very softly, like someone singing a lullaby in the next room. The sound makes you feel safe and loved, like being wrapped in your favorite blanket on a cold night. You reach out slowly and touch the leaf-shaped handle. The moment your fingers make contact with it, a warm feeling spreads up your arm and into your chest. The handle isn't cold like metal usually is. It's warm, almost like touching the hand of someone who loves you very much. The warmth from the handle seems to travel through your whole body, melting away any tiredness or worry you might have been carrying. Your shoulders relax completely. Your breathing becomes slow and deep. Even your thoughts seem to slow down and become peaceful. You know, somehow, that this door has been waiting for you. Not waiting for someone like you, but waiting for you specifically. It has been here in your garden all along, hidden behind the hedge, patient and kind, knowing that someday you would need to find it. The humming from the door grows just a little bit louder, and you realize it's not really humming at all. It's more like the sound the ocean makes when you hold a seashell to your ear, or the sound of wind moving through tall grass, or the sound of your own heartbeat when everything is quiet and peaceful. You take a deep breath and slowly turn the leaf-shaped handle. It moves easily, as if it has been waiting to turn for you. There's a soft click, quiet as a whisper, and the door begins to open. As it opens, warm light spills out around the edges, but it's not bright enough to hurt your eyes. Instead, it feels like stepping into sunshine after being in shade, or like the light of early morning when the world is just waking up. The humming sound grows a little stronger, and now you can hear other sounds mixed in with it. There are birds singing, but not the birds from your garden. These are different birds, with voices like silver bells and water flowing over rocks. There's also the sound of wind moving through leaves, but these leaves rustle with a music you've never heard before. You peer through the opening door and see that there's another world on the other side. Not a scary or strange world, but a world that feels even more peaceful and beautiful than your garden. The light coming from this world is soft and golden, like the light of late afternoon when everything looks magical. You can see trees beyond the door, but these trees are taller and more graceful than any trees you've seen before. Their leaves seem to catch and hold light, glowing gently green and gold. And between the trees, you can see what looks like a path covered in something soft and white. Maybe flower petals, or maybe snow that never gets cold. The humming from beyond the door seems to be calling to you now, inviting you to step through. You know that if you walk through this door, you'll be leaving your familiar garden behind. But you also know, somehow, that your garden will still be here when you want to come back. The door isn't taking you away from home. It's taking you deeper into home, to a place that your heart has always known about, but your mind has forgotten. You take one last look back at your garden. The apple tree waves its branches gently, as if saying goodbye for now. The roses nod their heads in encouragement. Even the crickets seem to be singing a farewell song that says, "Go on, explore. We'll be here when you return." You turn back to the open door and take a step forward. Your foot crosses the threshold, and immediately you feel different. The air on the other side of the door is softer somehow, like breathing silk. It tastes of honey and fresh water and flowers you can't name but somehow remember. As you step completely through the door, you hear it close gently behind you with the softest whisper of sound. But you're not worried about being locked out. You know that the door will open for you again whenever you need it to. This isn't about being trapped. This is about being free. You turn around and look at the door from this side. It looks just as beautiful as it did from your garden, but now the carvings on its surface seemed to show different patterns. Where before they looked like wind and water, now they look like stars and flowers and the faces of everyone who has ever loved you, all mixed together in a design that changes as you watch. Then you turn away from the door and look ahead into this new world, and your heart fills with wonder at what you see waiting for you. What you see in front of you is the most beautiful forest you could ever imagine. But this isn't like any forest you've walked through before. This forest feels alive in a different way, as if it's been waiting just for you, breathing slowly and peacefully while it waited for your arrival. The trees stretch up so high that you can barely see their tops. They're not just tall, they're graceful, like dancers frozen in the middle of a slow, elegant dance. Their trunks are smooth and strong, some as wide as small houses, colored in soft grays and browns, and even pale purples that seem to shift and change as you look at them. But it's the leaves that take your breath away. Each leaf glows very gently from within, as if someone has placed a tiny candle inside it. The light isn't bright or flickering. It's steady and warm, like the glow of fireflies on a summer evening. Some leaves shine with soft gold light, others with gentle green, and still others with the palest blue and silver. As a very light breeze moves through the forest, the leaves rustle together, and their combined glow makes the whole forest shimmer like it's underwater in the most beautiful ocean. The path ahead of you is made of something softer than the stone path that led to the door. As you take your first step, you realize you're walking on what feels like the softest moss you've ever felt, but it's white as fresh snow and seems to glow very faintly under your feet. Each step you take feels like walking on clouds, and you leave no footprints behind. The moss springs back up immediately, as if you're weightless. Above your head, the branches of the tall trees form a gentle canopy that lets just the right amount of light filter through. The light comes from the glowing leaves, but also seems to come from the air itself, as if the very atmosphere in this forest is made of starlight and moonbeams mixed together. As you begin to walk deeper into the forest, you notice that your breathing has become slower and deeper all by itself. Each breath you take seems to fill not just your lungs, but your whole body with peace. The air tastes clean and sweet, like mountain water and flower nectar, and the smell of rain on warm earth all mixed together. With each step you take, you feel something happening inside you. It's as if weights you didn't even know you were carrying are gently lifting off your shoulders. Worries that seemed so important just a little while ago feel smaller and farther away. Your mind, which might have been buzzing with thoughts and plans and concerns, begins to quiet down like a pond that stops rippling and becomes perfectly still. You pause for a moment and just stand there, listening. The forest is not silent, but its sounds are the most peaceful sounds you've ever heard. There's a very soft whisper as the breeze moves through the glowing leaves overhead. Somewhere in the distance, you can hear water trickling, maybe a small stream making its way over smooth rocks. And underneath it all, there's a sound that might be the forest itself breathing, slow and deep and completely calm. As you stand there listening, something amazing happens. A fox steps out from behind one of the large trees. This fox is unlike any fox you've seen before. Its fur is a beautiful reddish-gold color that seems to have light woven right into it. Its eyes are large and intelligent, and they look at you with curiosity and kindness, but no fear at all. The fox tilts its head slightly, as if it's saying hello, and then it does something wonderful. It sits down right there on the path, as comfortable as if you were an old friend. You sit down too, cross-legged on the soft, glowing moss. The fox watches you with those bright, friendly eyes, and you get the feeling that it understands exactly how you're feeling right now. Maybe it knows that you've been carrying heavy thoughts, or that you've been tired, or that you needed to find this peaceful place. The fox seems to nod slightly, as if it's saying, "Yes, you're exactly where you need to be." After a few minutes of sitting together in comfortable silence, the fox stands up gracefully and begins to walk deeper into the forest. But it moves slowly, looking back at you every few steps, clearly inviting you to follow. You stand up and begin walking behind the fox, and you realize that having this gentle guide makes you feel even more peaceful and safe. As you follow the fox deeper into the forest, you notice more amazing things. Flowers grow here and there among the trees, but these aren't ordinary flowers. They're larger than normal flowers, with petals that look like they're made of silk and light. Some are pure white and glow like tiny moons. Others are the softest pink and blue and yellow, colors so gentle they make you want to smile just looking at them. When you pass close to these flowers, they seem to respond to your presence. The white ones glow a little brighter, and the colored ones pulse gently with light, as if they're happy to see you. Their scent drifts toward you on the soft breeze, not strong or overwhelming, but just enough to remind you of the most beautiful garden in the world. The fox leads you around a bend in the path, and you see something that makes you gasp with delight. Sitting on a fallen log beside the path is a deer. But this isn't just any deer. This is the most beautiful, peaceful deer you could imagine. The deer is pure white, and its fur seems to be made of moonlight and starshine. Its antlers are not rough and sharp like you might expect, but smooth and graceful, and they seem to glow with a soft silver light. The deer's eyes are large and dark and filled with such gentleness that looking into them makes your heart feel warm and full. Like the fox, the deer shows no fear of you at all. Instead, it looks at you as if you're exactly who it was hoping to see. As you approach, the deer stands up slowly and gracefully, and then does something wonderful. It bows its head slightly, as if it's greeting you with respect and friendship. You bow your head back, feeling that this is exactly the right thing to do. The deer seems pleased with this exchange, and then it begins to walk alongside you and the fox. Now you have two beautiful guides leading you through this magical forest. As the three of you walk together, you notice that your footsteps, even though you can't hear them on the soft moss, seem to be keeping time with your heartbeat. And your heartbeat has become slower and steadier, matching the peaceful rhythm of this place. It's as if the forest is teaching your whole body how to be calm and still. The path you're following curves gently left and right, never steep or difficult, always easy to walk on. And as you walk, you realize that with each step, the thoughts in your head are becoming quieter and quieter. All the things you might normally be thinking about, what you need to do tomorrow, things that happened yesterday, problems you need to solve. All of these thoughts are gently fading away, like echoes that get softer and softer until you can't hear them anymore. In their place, your mind is filling with something much better, pure, simple awareness of this beautiful moment. You notice the way the light plays across the fox's golden fur. You see how the deer's silver antlers catch and reflect the glow from the leaves above. You feel the soft moss cushioning each step. You taste the sweet, clean air. You hear the gentle symphony of the forest's quiet sounds. This is what it feels like, you realize, to be completely present. Not thinking about the past or worrying about the future, but simply being here, now. In this moment of perfect peace, as you continue walking with your animal guides, you notice something else wonderful happening. Your shoulders, which you didn't even realize were tense, have completely relaxed. Your jaw, which might have been clenched without you knowing it, has softened. Even your hands, hanging loosely at your sides, feel completely relaxed and free. The fox looks back at you and seems to nod approvingly, as if it can see the tension leaving your body. The deer turns its graceful head toward you, and in its dark eyes you see something like pride, not proud in a boastful way, but pleased and happy that you're learning to let go of whatever you were carrying. Ahead of you, the path begins to curve around what looks like a small hill covered in the tall, glowing trees. As you round the curve, following your guides, you see that there are other animals in this forest too. A family of rabbits sits peacefully in a clearing. Their white and brown fur soft and clean. When they see you coming, they don't run away. Instead, they sit up on their hind legs and wiggle their noses in greeting, as if they're saying hello to a welcome visitor. In the branches above, you spot an owl with feathers that seem to be made of silver and moonlight. The owl looks down at you with large, wise eyes and hoots very softly. Not the sharp, scary sound you might expect, but a gentle, musical note that sounds almost like a lullaby. A family of squirrels peeks out from behind a tree trunk, their bushy tails twitching with friendly curiosity. Even they show no fear, and one brave little squirrel actually scampers down the tree and sits on the path just a few feet away from you, chattering softly as if it's trying to tell you about all the wonderful things it has seen in this forest. All of these animals seem to understand something important. This forest is a place of complete safety and peace. Here, There are no predators and no prey, no fear and no anger, no rushing and no worry. Here, every creature simply exists in harmony, breathing slowly and moving gently through their beautiful world that as you walk on, you realize that you're becoming part of this harmony too. Your breathing has matched the slow, peaceful rhythm of the forest. Your movements have become more graceful and unhurried. Even your thoughts, what few you have left, are gentle and calm. The fox and deer lead you to a spot where the trees open up slightly, creating a small clearing filled with the soft, white moss. In the center of the clearing, there's a circle of flat stones that look like they've been arranged as places to sit. The stones are smooth and warm, and they seem to glow very faintly with their own inner light. Your guides stop here, and the deer nods toward the stones, clearly inviting you to sit and rest. You choose one of the stones and sit down, and immediately you feel how perfectly it fits your body, as if it was shaped specifically for you. The fox curls up on the moss beside your stone, its golden fur looking even more beautiful in the soft light of the clearing. The deer lies down gracefully on your other side, folding its legs beneath itself and resting its magnificent head peacefully. Other animals begin to appear at the edges of the clearing. More rabbits, a family of raccoons with their masked faces and ringed tails, even a small bear with fur so dark and soft it looks like living shadow. None of the animals are afraid of each other or of you. They all settle down around the clearing, creating a circle of peaceful companionship. You sit in the center of this circle, surrounded by gentle creatures who seem to radiate calmness and contentment. As you sit there, you close your eyes and just breathe. Each breath in brings you more peace. Each breath out releases more of whatever tension or worry you might have been holding. The sounds of the forest, the soft rustling of leaves, the distant trickle of water, the quiet breathing of the animals around you, all blend together into the most peaceful music you've ever heard. You feel as if you could sit here forever, surrounded by this gentle company, breathing in the sweet air of this magical forest. Time doesn't seem to exist here, or if it does, it moves so slowly that you barely notice it passing. There's nowhere you need to be, nothing you need to do, no one you need to please or impress. You can simply be yourself, completely relaxed and at peace. After what might be minutes or hours, you can't tell, and it doesn't matter. You open your eyes. The animals are still there, still peaceful, still content. The fox lifts its head and looks at you with those bright, intelligent eyes, and you get the feeling that it's asking if you're ready to continue your journey. You nod, feeling more rested and peaceful than you have in a long, long time. As you stand up from the warm stone, every muscle in your body feels relaxed and loose. The deer rises gracefully beside you, and the fox stretches like a cat before standing and wagging its beautiful tail. The other animals watch as you prepare to leave the clearing, and you feel their love and good wishes following you. The little squirrel chatters what sounds like goodbye and safe travels, and the wise owl hoots a soft blessing from its perch in the glowing tree. Your guides lead you out of the clearing and back onto the soft, white path. As you walk, you carry with you the deep peace you found in that magical circle. It sits in your chest like a warm, glowing ember, spreading its calm heat through your whole body. The forest path begins to slope gently downward now, winding between the tall, luminous trees. As you follow your guides, you notice that the sound of trickling water is getting stronger. You must be getting close to the stream you heard earlier. The sound of water grows closer and clearer as you follow the fox and deer down the gentle slope. Soon, you can see glimpses of something sparkling through the trees ahead. Not the narrow stream you expected, but something much larger and more wonderful. The path curves one more time, and suddenly you're standing at the edge of the most beautiful lake you've ever seen. The lake is perfectly round, like a giant mirror that someone has set down in the middle of the forest. Its water is so clear and still that it reflects everything around it perfectly. The glowing trees, the soft light filtering down from above, and the gentle stars that have begun to appear in the twilight sky overhead. But this isn't just any lake. As you look at its surface, you realize that there's something magical about the water itself. It seems to hold light inside it, not just reflecting the glow from the trees and leaves, but actually containing its own soft, silver radiance that pulses gently like a slow heartbeat. Around the edge of the lake, graceful willow trees grow with branches that hang down and just touch the water's surface. These willows are different from any you've seen before. Their leaves are silver green and seem to whisper secrets as they sway in the gentle breeze. When their trailing branches touch the water, tiny ripples spread out in perfect circles, and each ripple carries its own soft light. The fox and deer lead you to a spot where the bank of the lake is covered in the softest grass you've ever felt. Grass so green and thick it's like nature's own cushion. There's a fallen log here, worn smooth by time and weather, positioned perfectly for sitting and looking out over the peaceful water. Your guides settle down on the grass beside the log, and you sit down on the smooth wood. The moment you're settled, something wonderful happens. The lake begins to show you something special that at first, you see just your own reflection in the still water. But as you continue to look, the surface begins to shimmer very gently, and other images start to appear. These aren't scary or startling images. They're soft and warm and filled with love. You see yourself as a child, laughing as you chase bubbles. In a sunny garden, the image ripples gently across the water's surface, and you can almost hear the sound of your own joyful laughter from long ago. The memory feels warm and golden, like sunshine on a perfect summer day. Another ripple spreads across the lake, and you see a different memory. Someone you love giving you a hug when you needed it most. You can almost feel those caring arms around you again, and the feeling of being completely safe and loved fills your heart. More gentle ripples appear, each one carrying a beautiful memory. You see yourself succeeding at something difficult, and you remember how proud and happy you felt. You see acts of kindness, both kindnesses you received and kindnesses you gave to others. You see moments of pure joy, times when you laughed so hard your stomach hurt, moments when you felt completely content and at peace. Each memory that appears on the lake's surface glows with its own soft light before gently fading away, replaced by another beautiful moment from your life. The memories don't make you sad that they're in the past. Instead, they fill you with gratitude that they happened at all. Each one is like a gift, a reminder of all the good things you've experienced, all the love you've given and received. As you sit there watching these gentle memories ripple across the lake, you realize that the fox and deer are watching too. When a particularly joyful memory appears, the fox's tail wags slightly, as if it's sharing your happiness. When a memory of love appears, the deer's eyes grow even softer and more gentle, as if it's feeling the warmth of that love along with you. You lean forward slightly to look more closely at the magical water, and something else begins to happen. Mixed in with the happy memories, you start to see some that are more difficult. You see times when you felt sad, or scared, or hurt. You see mistakes you made, times when you weren't your best self, moments when you felt lost or confused. But here's the amazing thing. As these more difficult memories appear on the water's surface, they don't stay the same. Each one begins to glow with a gentle, healing light. The sadness in them starts to fade, replaced by understanding. The fear in them dissolves into courage. The hurt transforms into wisdom and strength. You watch as a memory of a time you felt very alone ripples across the water. But as it moves, the loneliness fades away, and instead you see all the people who love you, all the connections you have, all the ways you're truly never alone. The memory changes from something painful into something that reminds you how precious love and friendship really are. Another memory appears of a mistake you made that you felt bad about for a long time. But as it shimmers across the lake's surface, the guilt and shame begin to dissolve. Instead, you see how that mistake taught you something important, how it helped you grow into a kinder, wiser person. The memory transforms from something heavy into something that shows you how much you've learned and changed. Point one by one. Every difficult memory that appears on the lake is gently healed, not erased. The experiences are still there, still part of your story, but transformed. The pain is soothed away, replaced by understanding, forgiveness, and peace. As you watch this amazing process, you feel something happening inside your chest. It's as if there were knots there that you didn't even know about, tight tangles of old hurt and worry and regret, and now those knots are gently coming undone. With each memory that's healed on the lake's surface, you feel lighter and freer inside. The deer beside you seems to sense what you're feeling. It lifts its beautiful head and looks at you with such gentle understanding that you feel completely seen and accepted. The fox curls up closer to your feet, its warm presence a comfort and a reminder that you're not alone in this healing process. As the last of the difficult memories transforms and fades into light on the water's surface, the lake becomes perfectly still again. But now when you look at your reflection, you see something different. You look peaceful. You look lighter. You look like someone who has been forgiven, not just by others, but by yourself. The silver light in the water pulses a little brighter, as if the lake is celebrating with you. A gentle breeze stirs the willow branches, and they whisper something that sounds like, "Well done. You are free now. You are healed." You sit there, for a while longer, just enjoying the feeling of being completely at peace with your past. Every memory, happy or sad, easy or difficult, is now part of a beautiful story, your story, and every part of that story has value and meaning. The fox stands up and stretches, then looks at you with those bright, intelligent eyes. It's time to continue your journey, and you're ready. You feel lighter than you have in years, as if you've set down a heavy backpack that you'd been carrying for so long you'd forgotten how much it weighed. You stand up from the smooth log and take one last look at the magical lake. Your reflection smiles back at you from the still water, and you smile in return. You place your hand over your heart and silently thank the lake for its gift of healing, for showing you that every part of your life story is valuable and meaningful. The deer rises gracefully and nods toward a path that leads away from the lake on the far side. This path is different from the one that brought you here. It's wider and brighter, made of something that looks like crushed pearls and starlight mixed together. Each step on this path will take you further from your old worries and closer to complete peace. As you begin to walk on this new path, following your faithful guides, you carry with you the deep healing you received at the lake. The gentle light that transformed your difficult memories now glows softly in your heart, a permanent reminder that you are loved, forgiven, and free. The pearl and starlight path leads you away from the peaceful lake and up a gentle hill. As you climb, the forest begins to change around you. The tall trees with their glowing leaves gradually become fewer and smaller, until you're walking through scattered groves with wide, open spaces between them. The fox and deer continue to guide you, but now they move with an even lighter step, as if they too can feel that something wonderful is waiting ahead. The air grows warmer and softer with each step you take, filled with the scent of wildflowers and fresh grass, and something else, something that smells like forgiveness itself. If forgiveness had a smell, it's clean and sweet and free, like the air after a spring rain has washed everything clean. As you reach the top of the gentle hill, the last of the forest trees fall away behind you, and you stop in absolute wonder at what stretches out before you, that it's a field. But not just any field. This is the most beautiful, peaceful field you could ever imagine. It stretches out in front of you as far as you can see, rolling gently up and down in soft hills that look like a green ocean frozen in the most graceful waves. The grass in this field is unlike any grass you've seen before. It's a color that's deeper and richer than emerald, but soft and gentle at the same time. And scattered throughout the green grass are wildflowers in every color you can imagine. Purple lupins that stand tall and proud, yellow daisies that nod their heads in the warm breeze, red poppies that glow like tiny flames, white baby's breath that looks like clouds of stars fallen to earth. But what makes this field truly magical is the light. Golden sunshine pours down from a sky that's the perfect blue of a summer afternoon. But this isn't harsh or hot sunshine. This is gentle, healing light that makes everything it touches look more beautiful and peaceful. The light seems to come, not just from above, but from the very air around you. As if happiness itself has become visible, the path you've been following continues into the field, but now it's made of flower petals, soft pink rose petals, and white lily petals, and yellow buttercup petals, all woven together to create the softest walkway you've ever felt. Each step releases a gentle fragrance that makes you feel lighter and happier. Your fox and deer guides step onto this petal path with obvious joy. The fox's tail wags more enthusiastically than you've seen it yet, and the deer actually does a little skip, like a young fawn playing in spring meadow. Their happiness is contagious, and you find yourself smiling wider than you have in a long time. As you begin to walk into the field, something amazing starts to happen. A warm breeze begins to blow across the grassland, and this breeze is unlike any wind you've felt before. As it touches you, you feel it gently lifting things away from you. Not physical things, but emotional ones. You feel the breeze pick up old anger you've been carrying and lift it away like dandelion seeds floating on the wind. You feel it gather up resentment and disappointment and carry them off into the blue sky where they dissolve like morning mist. With each gust of this healing wind, you feel lighter and freer. But the most amazing thing about this wind is what it brings to you. As it takes things away. As it lifts away old hurts, it brings you understanding. As it carries off anger, it brings you compassion. As it removes resentment, it fills you with love. The wildflowers around you seem to dance in this magical breeze, and as they sway, they release more than just their sweet fragrance. They release something that feels like liquid forgiveness, something that soaks into your skin and your heart and helps you let go of everything you no longer need to carry. You walk deeper into the field, and now you begin to hear something wonderful. It's voices, but not loud or frightening voices. These are soft, gentle voices that seem to come from the wind itself, from the flowers, from the very air around you. At first, you can't make out words, just a gentle murmuring like a lullaby being sung far away. But as you continue walking and listening, the voices become clearer, and you realize that they're the voices of people you've known throughout your life. You hear the voice of someone who hurt you once, but now the voice is full of sorrow and love, asking for your forgiveness. You hear the voice of someone you hurt, telling you that they understand and that they forgive you completely. You hear the voices of people you've lost, telling you how much they love you and how proud they are of who you've become. Some of the voices belong to people who are still in your life, speaking words they might never say out loud, but that they carry in their hearts. Some belong to people from long ago, people you might have wondered about, people you might have wished you could talk to one more time. Each voice brings its own gift. Some bring forgiveness to you. Others take your forgiveness to people who need it. All of them together create a symphony of healing that fills the golden air around you. The fox looks up at you as you walk, and in its bright eyes you see something like pride. It's proud of you for making this journey, for being brave enough to let go of old hurts and to forgive both others and yourself. The deer walks so close beside you that you can feel the warmth of its body, a constant reminder that you're loved and supported every step of the way. As you continue across the field, you come to a place where a small stream runs through the grass. The water is crystal clear and makes the most musical sound as it flows over smooth pebbles. Your guides stop here, and you understand that this is a place for you to rest and reflect. You kneel down beside the stream and cup some of the clear water in your hands. When you drink it, it tastes like the purest water you've ever had, but it also tastes like peace itself. You can feel it flowing through your body, washing away the last traces of any bitterness or hurt you might have been holding onto. As you sit beside the singing stream, you notice something beautiful happening in the field around you. Wherever the magical breeze has touched, wherever forgiveness has taken root, the wildflowers seem to grow brighter and more beautiful. It's as if your healing is healing the very land around you, making everything more alive and joyful. You close your eyes and let the warm sunshine wash over your face. The voices in the wind continue their gentle song of forgiveness and love, and you feel yourself surrounded by an invisible circle of everyone who has ever cared about you. Some of these people are still in your life. Others have moved on or passed away, but all of them are here with you in spirit, all of them sending you love and encouragement. When you open your eyes, you see that more animals have joined your fox and deer guides. A family of butterflies dances around your head, their wings every color of the rainbow. A small bluebird lands on your shoulder and sings a sweet, simple song that sounds like, "You are loved, you are free, you are exactly who you're meant to be." Even the flowers seem to be reaching toward you, their faces turned in your direction like they're smiling at you. The whole field feels alive with joy and celebration, as if all of nature is happy that you found your way to this place of forgiveness and peace. You stand up from beside the stream, feeling lighter than you ever have in your entire life. You feel like you could float on the warm breeze, like you could dance across the field without your feet even touching the ground. All the heavy feelings you've been carrying, guilt, anger, resentment, hurt, have been lifted away and replaced with something much better, pure, clean, simple love. Your guides seem to sense that you're ready to continue. The fox trots ahead, a few steps, and looks back at you with those bright, intelligent eyes that seem to say, "Come on, there's more wonderful ahead." The deer nods its graceful head toward a path that leads deeper into the field, toward what looks like a small hill covered in the most beautiful flowers you've seen. As you follow them toward this flowery hill, you notice that with each step, the air around you shimmers slightly, as if you're walking through gentle, invisible waves of pure happiness. The voices in the wind have quieted to a soft humming now, a lullaby of love that follows you as you walk. You feel completely at peace with everyone you've ever known. You feel forgiven for every mistake you've ever made. You feel forgiveness for everyone who has ever hurt you. Most importantly, you feel complete forgiveness for yourself, for not being perfect, for being human, for doing your best even when your best wasn't always enough. This feeling of total forgiveness isn't just in your mind, it's in your whole body. Your shoulders feel completely relaxed, as if they've never carried tension. Your jaw is soft and loose. Your hands hang peacefully at your sides. Even your heartbeat feels calm and steady, like a gentle drum keeping time with the rhythm of the field around you. As you approach the flower-covered hill, you can see that there's something special at its top. It looks like a small building, but one made entirely of light and warmth. Smoke rises from what might be a chimney, but the smoke is silver and sparkles as it drifts up into the blue sky. The hill you're climbing is covered in the most beautiful garden you could imagine. Not the formal garden of your journey's beginning, but a wild, joyful garden where flowers grow however they please, creating a riot of color and fragrance that makes your heart sing with happiness. There are roses climbing everywhere, not just red roses, but pink ones and white ones and yellow ones, and even some that seem to change color as you watch, shifting from pink to gold to soft purple in the gentle light. There are hollyhocks as tall as you are, their trumpet-shaped flowers humming with bees that glow like tiny golden lanterns. There are forget-me-nots carpeting the ground in patches of sky blue, and morning glories that have opened wide even. Though it's not morning, their faces turned toward the warm light that fills this magical place. The scent of all these flowers mingles together in the most perfect perfume, not overwhelming, but just sweet enough to make you feel like you're walking through a dream of summer. Butterflies dance from flower to flower, and hummingbirds zip through the air, their wings beating so fast they're just colorful blurs. Your fox and deer guides climb the hill ahead of you, but they're in no hurry. They stop often to sniff the flowers or to watch a particularly beautiful butterfly, and their peaceful pace helps you stay calm and unhurried too. There's no rush here, no pressure to get anywhere quickly. This is a place for taking your time and enjoying every moment. As you near the top of the hill, the cottage becomes clearer and it takes your breath away. It's small and cozy, built from honey-colored stone that seems to glow with its own inner warmth. The roof is made of what looks like golden thatch, and tiny flowers grow in the eaves, creating a living crown for the little house. The windows are framed in wood painted the soft blue of morning sky, and through them you can see the warm glow of firelight dancing inside. The door is painted the same gentle blue, and it stands slightly open, as if someone inside has been expecting you and has left it open to welcome you home. Beside the door grows a climbing rose that's covered in white flowers, each one perfect, and glowing softly in the golden light. The rose frames the doorway like a living archway, and its scent drifts toward you on the warm breeze, clean and sweet, and somehow familiar, like the smell of love itself. From the chimney, which is made of the same honey-colored stone as the walls, silver smoke curls up into the sky. But this isn't ordinary smoke. It sparkles and shimmers as it rises, and it smells like cookies baking and wood fires on cold nights, and all the most comforting scents you can imagine mixed together. Your guides stop at the garden gate, a low wooden gate painted white and covered with more climbing roses. The fox sits down and wags its tail, looking at you with those bright, happy eyes that seem to say, "This is it. This is where you're meant to be." The deer nods its graceful head toward the cottage, encouraging you to go on ahead. You push open the little gate, and it swings silently on well-oiled hinges. As you walk up the stone path to the cottage door, flower petals drift down around you like gentle snow, and you realize that the very air here is alive with peace and comfort and welcome. When you reach the blue door, you hesitate for just a moment, not because you're afraid, but because you can feel how special this place is, how sacred and safe. This cottage isn't just a building. It's a sanctuary, a place made entirely for rest and healing and love. You push the door open gently, and warm light spills out around you, along with the most wonderful smells. You smell bread baking, and soup simmering, and herbs drying in bundles, and the clean scent of lavender, and underneath it all, the indefinable smell of home. Real home, the kind of home your heart has always been searching for. You step inside, and the door closes softly behind you with a gentle click that sounds like a contented sigh. The inside of the cottage is even more beautiful than the outside. The walls are painted a soft, warm cream color, and they seem to glow with their own gentle light. The floor is made of wide wooden planks that feel smooth and warm under your feet, and they're covered with rag rugs in soft colors, blues and greens, and gentle yellows that look like they were woven from sunshine and sky and grass that lie in the center of the room. There's a fireplace made of the same honey-colored stone as the cottage walls. A fire burns cheerfully in the grate, but it's not hot or overwhelming. It's exactly the right temperature to make you feel cozy and comfortable. The flames dance in shades of gold and orange and soft blue, and they make no sound except for the gentlest crackling that sounds almost like whispered lullabies. In front of the fireplace sits the most comfortable-looking chair you've ever seen. It's big and soft, and covered in fabric the color of warm honey, with cushions that look like they've been plumped just for you. Beside the chair is a small wooden table, and on the table sits a steaming cup of something that smells absolutely delicious. Maybe tea, maybe hot chocolate, maybe something even more wonderful that you've never tasted before, but that you know will be exactly what you need. Around the room, there are other touches that make it feel like the coziest, safest place in the world. Bookshelves filled with books that look well-loved and interesting. Windows with curtains made of soft fabric that glows gently in the firelight. Dried herbs and flowers hanging from the wooden beams in the ceiling, filling the air with their peaceful scents. On a shelf near the fireplace, there are candles of all different sizes, all burning with steady, warm flames that never flicker or smoke. Their light adds to the golden glow of the fire, creating the perfect amount of illumination, bright enough to see everything clearly, but soft enough to make you feel drowsy and peaceful. You walk slowly toward the honey-colored chair, and with each step, you feel more and more relaxed. Your whole body seems to be melting into a state of perfect comfort. Your muscles, which you didn't even realize were tense, completely relax. Your breathing becomes slower and deeper. Even your thoughts slow down until your mind feels as peaceful as a still pond on a windless day. When you reach the chair, you sink into it gratefully, and it's even more comfortable than it looked. The cushions seem to mold themselves to your body, supporting you perfectly in every way. The fabric is soft as silk but warm as wool, and sitting in this chair feels like being hugged by love itself. You reach for the cup on the small table, and the moment your fingers touch it, you feel warmth spreading up your arms and into your chest. The cup is the perfect size for your hands, and it's warm but not hot, exactly the right temperature. When you lift it to your lips and take a sip, the taste is indescribable. It's like drinking peace and comfort and love all mixed together into the most delicious liquid you've ever had. You sit in the perfect chair by the perfect fire, drinking the perfect drink. You hear something that makes your heart fill with joy. It's a voice, gentle and warm and full of love, speaking just to you. Welcome home, the voice says, and it sounds like the voice of everyone who has ever loved you, all speaking together as one. You've traveled far, and you've been so brave. You've walked through the garden of memory, and the forest of stillness, and the field of forgiveness. You've let go of everything that was too heavy to carry, and you've opened your heart to healing and peace. Now you may rest. The voice seems to come from everywhere and nowhere, from the fire, from the walls, from the very air around you. It wraps around you like a warm blanket made of sound, and listening to it makes you feel safer than you've ever felt in your entire life. This cottage was built just for you. The voice continues, from the stones of comfort and the wood of peace. The fire burns with the warmth of all the love you've ever received, and the light comes from all the joy you've ever felt. Here, you can rest as long as you need to. Here, you are completely safe and completely loved. You sink deeper into the wonderful chair and close your eyes, feeling more peaceful than you ever thought possible. The warmth from the fire washes over you in gentle waves, and the voice continues to speak soft words of comfort and love. Outside the cottage windows, you can see that night is beginning to fall. But it's not a dark or scary night. It's a soft, gentle darkness filled with the silver light of stars and the warm glow from the cottage windows. Through the open window, you can hear the soft sounds of the magical world settling into evening. The gentle hoot of an owl, the whisper of wind through the flowers, the distant murmur of the stream you passed earlier in the field. Your fox and deer guides have curled up on a soft rug near the fireplace, both of them sleeping peacefully with small, contented smiles on their faces. Even in sleep, they radiate peace and happiness, and having them nearby makes you feel even more safe and loved. The fire continues to burn steadily, its flames dancing in patterns that seem almost like a slow, hypnotic dance. The candlelight flickers gently, creating moving shadows on the walls that look like friends waving hello, like trees swaying in a gentle breeze, like all the good things in the world expressing their happiness that you've found this place of rest. You finish your magical drink and set the cup back on the small table. Immediately, it refills itself with more of the wonderful liquid, ready for whenever you might want another sip. But for now, you just want to sit and feel the incredible peace that fills this cottage, this sanctuary that was created just for you. The voice speaks again, even more gently than before. You have learned so much on your journey tonight. You have remembered that you are loved. You have healed old wounds. You have forgiven and been forgiven. You have let go of everything that no longer serves you. Most importantly, you have found your way to this place of perfect rest, and now you know that it exists. Whenever you need peace, whenever you need comfort, whenever you need to remember that you are loved and safe, you can find your way back. Here, this cottage, this place of rest, is always here for you. You nod sleepily, feeling grateful beyond words for this incredible gift. You understand now that this whole journey, through the garden, through the forest, beside the lake, across the field, and to this cottage, has been about coming home to yourself. Coming home to the peace that was always inside you, waiting to be discovered. As you sit in the perfect chair by the perfect fire, surrounded by perfect love and perfect safety, you feel your eyelids growing heavy. Not because you're tired in a bad way, but because you're so completely relaxed and at peace that sleep feels like the most natural thing in the world. As you settle deeper into the honey-colored chair, your eyelids growing heavier with each peaceful breath, something magical begins to happen. The cottage around you starts to fade, not disappearing but becoming lighter, more transparent, like a gentle mist made of warmth and love that you're not falling asleep exactly. You're floating into something much more wonderful than ordinary sleep. You're drifting into a state that's like being awake and dreaming at the same time, where anything is possible and everything is beautiful. The roof of the cottage seems to dissolve above you, revealing the most magnificent night sky you've ever seen. But you're not cold. The warmth of the cottage fire stays with you, wrapping around you like an invisible blanket of comfort. You're still sitting in your perfect chair, but now that chair is floating gently upward, rising as slowly and smoothly as a soap bubble drifting on a summer breeze. The sky above you is not the ordinary night sky you might see from your own home. This sky is alive with color and light and movement. Stars shine brighter than diamonds, and they're not just white, but every color you can imagine. Gold stars and silver stars, blue stars and pink stars, even stars that seem to change color. As you watch, cycling through rainbow hues like gentle fireworks that never end, the moon floats nearby, but it's not distant and cold. This moon is warm and welcoming, its surface glowing with soft silver light that feels friendly and familiar. As you drift closer to it, you can see that its craters and mountains are covered with flowers, moonflowers that bloom only in celestial light. their petals made of stardust and dreams. Your chair continues to float upward, carrying you past the moon and into the star-filled depths of space. But this isn't the dark, empty space you might imagine. This is space filled with warmth and light and beauty beyond description. Nebulas drift around you like cosmic gardens, their clouds of gas and stardust forming shapes that look like flowers and butterflies and dancing figures made of pure light. Planets orbit nearby, and each one is more beautiful than the last. There's a planet covered entirely in oceans that glow with blue and green phosphorescence, its waves creating patterns of light that pulse like a giant heartbeat. There's another planet that looks like it's made entirely of crystals, each facet reflecting starlight in brilliant rainbows that dance across space. That a third planet appears to be covered in forests of trees that reach all the way up into space. Their leaves made of pure gold that chimes like bells when the solar winds blow through them. The sound reaches you across the vacuum of space, not because sound can travel through space, but because in this magical realm, beauty itself can be heard as music. As you float through this cosmic wonderland, you realize you're not alone. Other chairs are drifting through space around you, each one carrying someone who looks completely peaceful and happy. Some of these people wave to you as they pass, their faces glowing with the same deep contentment you feel. Others are sleeping peacefully, small smiles on their faces as they dream of beautiful things. You understand somehow that all of these people are on the same kind of journey you're on, a journey toward peace, toward healing, toward rest. They've all found their way through their own secret doors, across their own magical landscapes, to this place where they can float among the stars and feel completely safe and loved. A shooting star streaks past you, but it's not moving fast and scary. It's drifting slowly and gracefully, trailing a tail of silver and gold light that sparkles like cosmic fairy dust. As it passes, you hear it singing, its voice like the most beautiful choir you've ever heard, singing wordless songs of joy and peace and infinite love. More shooting stars begin to appear, each one singing its own part in a celestial symphony. The music they create together is unlike anything you've ever heard. It's the sound of every lullaby ever sung, every love song ever written, every peaceful moment ever experienced, all blended together into a harmony so beautiful it makes your heart feel like it might overflow with happiness. Your chair drifts closer to a particularly beautiful nebula, one that glows with soft purple and pink and blue light. As you enter its gentle clouds, you feel even more peaceful than before, if that's possible. The stardust in the nebula sparkles around you like the most magical snow, each tiny particle carrying with it a wish for your happiness, a blessing for your peace. Inside the nebula, you see something that makes you gasp with wonder. It's a garden, not a garden on any planet, but a garden floating free in space, made entirely of starlight and cosmic energy. Flowers made of condensed light bloom in impossible colors, their stems and leaves formed from streams of pure energy that pulse gently with the rhythm of the universe itself. Trees grow here too, but these trees are made of crystallized music, their branches singing soft harmonies as stellar winds blow through them. Their fruit glows like tiny suns, each one containing the essence of a perfect moment, a beautiful memory, a feeling of pure love. As you drift through this celestial garden, flowers reach toward you, their light petals brushing gently against your face and hands. Each touch fills you with more peace, more love, more of the deep knowing that you are exactly where you're meant to be, exactly who you're meant to be. A voice begins to speak, but it's not coming from any one place. It's coming from the stars themselves, from the singing light around you, from the very fabric of space and time. It's the same loving voice you heard in the cottage, but now it seems to contain all the voices of everyone who has ever loved you, everyone who ever will love you, speaking together in perfect harmony. Look around you, the voice says gently, and see how vast and beautiful the universe is. See how many stars there are, each one shining with its own light, each one perfect and necessary and loved. You are like one of these stars, unique and beautiful and absolutely essential to the great pattern of existence. As the voice speaks, you look around at the countless stars surrounding you. and you begin to understand something wonderful. Each star represents not just a ball of burning gas, but a life, a story, a being who is loved beyond measure. The universe is an empty space with a few scattered lights. It's full, completely full, of love and consciousness and connection. Every star you see, the voice continues, is connected to every other star by invisible threads of light and love. And you are connected too, to every person you've ever met, to every animal you've encountered, to every plant and tree and flower. The whole universe is one great web of love, and you are woven into it in the most beautiful way. As you listen to these words, you begin to see those invisible connections. Thin streams of golden light stretch between the stars, and you can see that these connections extend to you as well. Golden threads of light connect you to your fox and deer guides, still sleeping peacefully in the cottage far below. Other threads connect you to everyone you've ever loved, everyone who has ever loved you, even people you've lost or haven't seen in years. The sight of all these connections fills you with a feeling of belonging so deep and complete that tears of joy begin to run down your cheeks. You're not alone. You've never been alone. You're part of something so beautiful and vast and loving that your mind can barely comprehend it. Your chair continues to drift through the cosmic garden, and now you notice that other beings live here. Among the stars, angels made of pure light tend the starflowers, their wings leaving trails of rainbow stardust as they move. Dragons made of crystallized music fly between the cosmic trees, their songs adding to the celestial symphony. Even here, in this realm beyond the physical world, everything is peaceful and gentle and filled with love. Time moves differently here among the stars. You might have been floating for minutes or hours or years. It doesn't matter. There's no rush, no schedule to keep, no place you need to be except exactly where you are. You drift and dream and listen to the music of the spheres, feeling more at peace than you've ever felt in your entire existence. The voice speaks again, its words carrying across space like a gentle breeze made of starlight. You have traveled so far tonight, beloved one. You have released what needed to be released, healed what needed to be healed, forgiven what needed to be forgiven. You have found your way to the deepest peace, the highest love, the most complete rest. And now you carry this peace with you always, like a star that shines in your heart. As the voice speaks these words, you feel something wonderful happening. In your chest, a warm, gentle light begins to glow there, right over your heart. It's small at first, like a tiny candle flame, but it grows slowly brighter and warmer until it feels like you have a beautiful star living inside you, radiating peace and love and perfect contentment. This light is yours to keep, the voice tells you lovingly. It will always be with you, no matter where you go or what challenges you face. Whenever you need peace, touch your hand to your heart and remember this moment. Remember floating among the stars. Remember the cosmic garden. Remember that you are loved beyond measure and that you belong to something infinitely beautiful. You place your hand over your heart and feel the warm light pulsing gently there, in rhythm with your heartbeat. It feels like coming home to yourself, like finding the most precious treasure that was hidden inside you all along. Your chair begins to drift slowly downward now, descending through the layers of stars and nebulas and cosmic beauty. But you're not sad to be leaving. You know now that this place is always here, always accessible to you whenever you need it. The peace you've found, the connections you've seen, the love you've felt, all of this is now part of you forever.as. You descend, you pass by the singing planets again, and they hum a gentle farewell song. You drift past the crystalline world and the ocean world and the forest world, each one wishing you well on your journey home. The moon smiles at you as you pass, its craters forming the shape of a face that radiates maternal love and protection. Your chair drifts slowly down through the layers of night sky, past the singing stars and glowing planets, until you can see the roof of the cottage appearing below you. But as you descend, something magical happens. The cottage begins to fade like a gentle dream, becoming more and more transparent until you can see through it to the landscape beyond that. You're floating down toward the field of forgiveness now, but it looks different in the starlight. The wildflowers glow softly in the darkness, each one like a tiny lamp casting gentle light across the rolling hills. The stream that runs through the field sparkles like liquid starlight, and you can hear its musical voice singing a lullaby to the sleeping earth. Your chair touches down silently in the field, and the moment your feet touch the soft grass, you feel the earth welcoming you back. The flowers around you rustle gently in the night breeze, as if they're whispering, "Welcome home, welcome home, welcome home." Your fox and deer guides are waiting for you here, both of them glowing softly with their own inner light. They look at you with eyes full of love and pride, and you can see that they know what you've experienced among the stars. The fox's tail wags slowly and contentedly, while the deer nods its graceful head in a gesture that seems to say, "Well done. You found what you were looking for." Together, the three of you begin to walk back across the field toward the forest. The path of flower petals still winds across the grass, but now it glows with a soft, silvery light that makes it easy to follow even in the darkness. Each step you take feels light and effortless, as if you're walking on air rather than solid ground. As you cross the field, you notice that you feel different than when you first entered it. The heavy feelings you were carrying, anger, hurt, resentment, are completely gone, not just temporarily set aside, but truly released. In their place, you carry the warm light that was planted in your heart among the stars, a constant reminder of the peace and love that are your true nature. The voices that spoke to you earlier in the field, voices of forgiveness and love, still whispered gently in the night breeze. But now instead of offering healing, they're offering congratulations. You did it, they seem to say. You found your way to peace. You remembered who you really are. You reach the edge of the field and step back into the forest of stillness. Here too, everything looks different in the starlight. The tall trees with their glowing leaves create a canopy of gentle light overhead, and the soft, white moss path gleams like a river of moonlight winding between the massive trunks. The forest feels even more peaceful now than it did when you first walked through it. The animals you met before are sleeping in cozy hollows and nests, but even in sleep, they radiate contentment and safety. An owl hoots softly from somewhere high above, its voice like a gentle blessing carried on the night air. Your guides lead you along the familiar path, past the clearing where you sat with the circle of animals, past the places where you first learned to let your breathing slow and your worries fade. But now you don't need to learn these things. They're part of you, as natural as your heartbeat. You walk in comfortable silence, listening to the gentle night sounds of the magical forest. Your footsteps make no sound on the soft moss, and your breathing has fallen into the same slow, peaceful rhythm as the forest itself. You feel completely at harmony with this place, as if you've always belonged here. Soon you can see the shimmer of water ahead through the trees, and you know you're approaching the lake of memory. But when you reach its shore, you see that the lake too has been transformed by the night. Its surface reflects not just the trees and stars above, but seems to hold its own constellation of lights beneath the water, lights that pulse gently, like a slow heartbeat, like the breath of the earth itself. The willow trees around the lake's edge have folded their branches down like curtains, creating private, peaceful spaces along the shore. Your deer guide leads you to the same spot where you sat before, where the fallen log provides a perfect resting place. You sit down on the smooth wood and look out over the peaceful water. The lake is perfectly still now, its surface like a mirror made of liquid starlight. No memories ripple across it tonight. Instead, it simply reflects your own face back to you, and what you see there fills you with gentle wonder. Your reflection shows not the tired, worried person who first entered this magical realm, but someone radiant with inner peace. Your eyes shine with the same soft light as the stars you visited, and your face is serene and content. This is who you truly are beneath all the daily concerns and struggles. This peaceful, luminous being. Your fox guide curls up beside you on the log, its warm fur soft against your side. The deer settles gracefully on your other side, and together, you sit in perfect companionship, watching the gentle lights dance beneath the surface of the lake. There's no need for words or thoughts, just this moment of pure, peaceful being. After a time that feels both like minutes and like hours, your guides gently nudge you, and you know it's time to continue home. You rise from the log feeling completely refreshed, as if you've been sleeping deeply even while awake. The three of you begin walking again, following the path that leads back toward the hidden door. The walk through the garden of letting go feels like a victory parade. The hanging gardens and cascading waterfalls seem to celebrate your return, their lights twinkling more brightly than before. The flowers that helped you release your worries bow gently as you pass, as if acknowledging your transformation. You can see the old oak tree ahead, its massive trunk glowing softly in the starlight. But something is different about the hidden door tonight. Instead of being barely visible, it radiates a gentle warmth, as if it's happy to welcome you back home. Your guides stop at the base of the tree and look at you with expressions of deep love and pride. Without words, you understand that this is where you part ways for now. You kneel down and embrace first the fox, then the deer, feeling their love and wisdom flowing into you one last time. "Thank you," you whisper, and though your voice is barely audible, you know they hear not just your words but the gratitude that fills your entire being. They nod and touch their noses gently to your hands, then fade slowly into the forest, becoming one with the peaceful night. You stand and place your hand on the secret door. It opens easily at your touch, revealing the warm, welcoming space of your own home beyond. But before you step through, you turn back one last time to look at the magical realm that has given you such a precious gift. The forest glows softly in the distance, and you can just make out the shimmer of the lake through the trees. The field of forgiveness stretches peacefully under the starlight, and high above, the constellation of healing stars twinkles like a blessing. All of this entire realm of peace and healing, lives within you now. You can return here whenever you need to, simply by closing your eyes and remembering. You step through the doorway into your own space, and the door closes gently behind you. But you're not sad to leave, because you know the door will always be there, waiting for you whenever you need to find your way back to peace. That you're back in your own space now. But everything feels different. The air itself seems softer, more peaceful. Even the ordinary objects around you, your furniture, your belongings, seem to radiate the same gentle contentment that filled the magical realm. You make your way to your bed, moving slowly and deliberately, savoring each step. Your body feels light and relaxed, as if you're floating just above the ground. All the tension you were carrying in your shoulders, your jaw, your stomach has completely melted away, leaving you feeling fluid and easy. As you settle into your bed, pulling the covers up around you, you notice how perfectly your body seems to fit into the mattress, as if it's welcoming you home after a long journey. Your pillow cradles your head with gentle support, and the weight of your blankets feels like a warm embrace. Take a moment now to notice your breathing, how it has naturally become slow and deep and peaceful. Each breath you take seems to carry you deeper into relaxation, deeper into peace. Your chest rises and falls in a rhythm as old as the earth itself, as natural as waves lapping gently on a distant shore. With each exhale, you release any last traces of the day's concerns, letting them flow out of you like water. With each inhale, you draw in the peace and tranquility you found among the stars. Feel that warm light you carry in your heart, spreading slowly through your entire body, starting from your chest and flowing gently into your shoulders, down your arms, into your fingertips. The light flows down into your stomach, warming you from the inside, spreading into your hips, your thighs, your knees, all the way down to your toes. Your entire body is now filled with the same gentle radiance that illuminated the magical realm. You are carrying that peace within you. It is part of you now. Your mind, too, has found its natural rhythm of rest. Thoughts come and go, like gentle breezes, never staying long enough to disturb your peace. You don't need to hold on to any thoughts right now. Just let them drift through your awareness like clouds across a vast, peaceful sky. You are safe here in your own bed, completely and utterly safe. The magical realm you visited tonight was real, and the peace you found there is real too. It lives within you now, a constant source of tranquility and strength. Whenever you need to find that peace again, you need only close your eyes and remember the starlight, remember the gentle voices, remember the love that welcomed you home. Feel yourself sinking deeper into your mattress now, deeper into comfort, deeper into rest. Your body is becoming heavier and more relaxed with each breath, so heavy and so comfortable that you don't want to move at all. This is exactly where you belong right now, exactly where you need to be. The soft light in your heart continues to glow gently, a beacon of peace that will shine through your dreams tonight. This light will keep you safe and peaceful through all the hours of sleep ahead, wrapping you in love, protecting you from any worries or disturbances. Listen now to the gentle sounds of the night around you. Perhaps the soft whisper of wind through trees, the distant sound of settling and rest. These sounds are like a lullaby sung just for you, helping you drift deeper and deeper into the most peaceful sleep. Your breathing is becoming even slower now, even deeper, each breath taking you further into tranquility. You don't need to think about breathing. Your body knows exactly what to do, exactly how to carry you into the most restorative rest. You've returned with peace in your heart. You've found the love and forgiveness you were seeking. You've remembered who you truly are beneath all the surface concerns of daily life. This knowing is yours to keep forever. It will be there when you wake, there whenever you need it. You are whole. You are loved. You are exactly as you should be. There is nothing you need to do right now except rest. Nothing you need to figure out, nothing you need to carry. Just let yourself be held by the gentle darkness, supported by the soft bed beneath you, embraced by the peace that surrounds and fills you. The magic you experienced tonight wasn't separate from you. It was your own inner wisdom showing you the way home to yourself. That wisdom is always available to you. That peace is always there. That love is who you are. Now let yourself drift, like a leaf floating gently on still water, like a feather carried by the softest breeze. There's nowhere you need to go, nothing you need to do. Just drift and rest and sleep. You are safe. You are whole. You can rest now. Let the gentle rhythm of your breathing carry you away, deeper and deeper into the most peaceful sleep. The stars you visited tonight watch over you with love. The forest holds you in its protective embrace. The gentle voices whisper blessings over your rest. Sleep now, peaceful sleep, deep sleep, healing sleep. You are safe. You are loved. You are home.